Hello, hello, hello. We are live. Howdy, 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 howdy. How is everybody doing? Tonight's going to be an interesting night. We'll see how tonight goes. A way to grab the link so I can share it. Hush, Tanner! Shh. Tanner's being barky dog. I'm literally running around sharing things everywhere, and while people are trickling in, hello, hello. Hi, how are people doing? Hope everyone's having a good day. Oh, that is why I'm on my Breaking Reality account. I'm trying to figure out why it wouldn't let me post to my Facebook page. Now it makes sense. On the wrong account. Okay, I need to get, let's see. That's what I want. There we go. Hello. Say hello if you're in here. Let me know that you're around. We can chit chat. We can talk. We can discuss things. We can do all kinds of crazy, whatnots and stuff. Because it's hard telling what I will ever get up to when I'm doing stuff. It can go anywhere. It can be anything. I'm not picky. We're going to do some readings. We're going to hang out. We're going to chat. We'll answer some questions. Y'all got questions? Has anyone else felt like January's already been like 6 months long? Or is it just me? All right, got PayPal up. I'm getting ready to bring up my other stuff. Oh, I should probably mute my phone so it doesn't go off like 10 gazillion times during the night. I am going to have to pay attention to it because I got to deal with picking up my roommate, or at least letting her know if I'm going to be able to pick her up or not. So how's everybody doing tonight? I haven't done one of these in God knows how long. God, it's like this is the first one of the year. Like, welcome to 2023. And as you can see, some things have changed. Like my backdrop's gone. Like some of the stuff that's in the background was gone. That's because I'm in the process of moving my office. I'm getting ready to shift my office to a different room. And that room's going to be kind of weird for a while. But I am working on setting up a full-blown studio in there, but it's going to take a little time, a little effort, some money, some work, some stuff I just want to do in there before it's like set. And it even may like get tore down and like redone a time or two before it's like finalized, because I'd like to do things like foam insulate the walls for, soundproofing. I would like to redo the floors in there, just so we have nice flooring in there. And just, a couple things in the room. Lighting's a little weird and wonky tonight because like my background's gone and that does some weird shit with lighting and stuff. And like I'm using lights I normally don't have to use in here because otherwise it is way too dark. So yeah, if you're around, say hi. If you want a reading, let me know. I'm doing a special since today's Friday the 13th. I'm doing mini readings for $7 and I'm doing full readings for $13. And then, man, that is going in all weird and wonky. Did not post River right to Breaking Reality, it looks like. Here, I will just post this into the chats in both places. This will look better. This will look easier. Y'all will be able to understand what the hell's going on. There we go. But if you'd like, I'm also doing free card pulls. I'm going to be doing free card pulls off of the spellcasting deck right here. So if you want a free 1-card pull, let me know. If you would like a reading, I am working with my Sacred Rebels deck tonight, and also my Shamanic Healing deck tonight as well. So those are the 2 decks I'm working with. If you would like to get a reading, let me know. And we can get stuff going. I have no problems doing readings. If you want a free card pull, let me know. I'll pull a card for you. Let me see. I need to share some stuff around some places still. I haven't done it everywhere, I don't think. Let's see. Come over here and share it. Copy the link address, and then I'm going to share it right here. Oh, Jesus. Hold on, let's not do that. Let's remove that. Jesus, that was obnoxious. All right. Sweet. I think I got it shared around like in all the critical places. So we shall see. We shall see. We shall see. Oh. So if you're here and you're watching, drop a message, say hi, let me know who's in, let's chit chat. How's your year going so far? How was your holidays? I was kind of MIA through the holidays. Lots of crazy things going on through, like, December was nuts. Like, I'm just going to hands down say it. December might have been the craziest month of 2022 I've had. Like, oh, for the love of God. I'm like, it's one of those things I'm like, oh, glad December's over. Now we're about the halfway point in January. I feel like it's already been 6 months. We're not quite to the halfway point in January even yet. We're close, though. We're getting there. But it's the 13th. Happy Friday the 13th, people. Happy Friday the 13th. Let's see. Let's just start shuffling up the deck. It's kind of like Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. If you shuffle, they will come. Right? That's what I'm going for. If you shuffle, they will come. Oh. But yeah, so where's everyone from? If you're here, you're hanging out, drop in, say hi. Let me know where you're at, where you're from. Don't have to be like too specific. Just say state. Don't have to say city. Or you can even say country. Or if you want to be really snarky, just say Earth. The universe, the Milky Way. Oh, I haven't worked with the cards in a while just because life has been crazy. And today I was just sitting around. I'm like, all right, I'm going to end up a little later tonight. I'm going to end up tearing down the office. I'm going to take down the computer and the desk and everything. That's going to get moved. And temporarily it's going into my bedroom, which I'm not really thrilled about because I really don't like having this set up in there just because this is my work setup. And I like to try to keep my room and work different. But there's just a lot of like rearranging and things going on. My roommate's father passed away in December. And so we had to bring basically all of his possessions here. And so they got just kind of placed into one of the two storage rooms, which one of them is getting ready to become my office and my studio. And I need to take everything that's in there and put in the other storage room, which happens to be the one that has all of her father's stuff in it right now. And so once this room is cleared out, we're going to move some of her father's stuff into here. This is going to become her room. And we're going to be doing some changes and getting things set up. But it was just crazy, crazy hectic. Helping the family deal with, the loss and everything. But it's been crazy, but things are starting to calm down. But like I said, later tonight, I'm probably going to end up tearing this down and it'll probably be about a week or two, and I will be back doing lives again on a regular basis. But we'll have to take a little bit of time frame down just to, get things going. But if you're here and you want a reading, say hello. Let me know you are here. Let me know you're hanging out. Let me know you're watching. I see there's a few of you by my little counter up there in the corner. But yeah, just let me know if you guys want to. I got free card pulls. I'm going to be doing free single card pulls. I am going to be doing $7 mini readings, which is usually 3 cards, sometimes 4. If an extra one pops out, I'm not gonna, put it back. And I'm also going to do $13 full card or full readings in honor of Friday the 13th. Normally I do $10 for partial or for like a mini and $20 for a full. So just running a little special today since it's Friday the 13th. Also, like the offices in dismay and stuff, because like I said, basically I got like some stuff on the counter over here, my filing cabinet, my computer, my desk, and another stand that's right here that one of my monitors is on, and like that's it. Once I tear everything down with the computer and stuff, and then it's just moving these final things and getting everything set up in the other room for the time being. We'll get that taken care of, and then once we get everything moved around and set up in all the different places, we'll get the office up and going. And when I do that, I have a new tapestry I'm going to unveil. My very good friend Suzanne, very, very dear friend of mine, bought a tapestry for me as a gift not too long ago that actually has the Breaking Reality logo on it. So we're going to be hanging that up in the background. And that will be, that'll probably be in the next week or two we do that. It'll be interesting. It'll be creative. Hey Shay, how you doing, darling? How are you doing, Shay? You want me to pull some cards for you, Shay? I never did get to do your tarot reading while you was here. I know we still haven't done that yet. I got to do your tarot reading soon. I've got my Oracle decks out tonight, though. I have my spell casting deck, which I absolutely love this deck. And then probably one of my hands down favorite decks for doing readings with is my Sacred Oracle deck. And then I've got my Shamanic Healer deck. Let me do a reading for you off of the Sacred Rebels deck. Oh, how's everyone doing in the house? Is Dalton there, or is he working? If he's there, tell him I said hey, or if you're watching, Dalton, hey. Oh, he's at work and the boys are gone. So you've got peace in the house tonight for the time being. Oh, wow. Well, that'll give you a nice relaxing time. Yeah, my relaxing time in the house, I decided, hey, let's do tarot readings or oracle readings. All right. Let's see. Get these cards all shuffled up good here. You're getting some interesting cards. You know, with this deck, it is super rare that I ever consult the book, but I'm going to have to consult the book on your first card. Yeah, this is, I'm using a program called StreamYard so I can stream to multiple locations at once. It's a really, really cool program. And this is one of their, like freebie background, like copyright free, even though later this is going to get pinged by this Regal Entertainment as a copyright violation, and then I'll contest it and then they'll drop it. It happens every time I use this music. And I'm just like lighting in here is acting up. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trying to figure out how many cards I pulled for you. But yeah, like as soon as I can test it, it will. As soon as I can test it, they like drop the claim on it and everything, and then like my stuff's up and free and good to go. But like, and all it is the replay. That's all it affects. But it's like, I never even put in there. I'm like, can y'all talk to this company to stop actually making, these claims against something? All right, let's see. I mean, I kind of got an idea of this card. I just want to really look at it again and see if I'm 100% sure on what this one is. Yeah. Sweet. I kind of thought so. All right, Shay, the way I do these is when I run down through the cards and then I do the actual reading. So the first card you got is the Sacred Fool. The next card you got is Receiving. The next card you got is Inspiration. You got Focus on the Light. Against the Grain. Conscious Connections. And Going Beyond the Normal. So Shay, the first card you got is the Sacred Fool. And the Sacred Fool always starts off with talking about a journey or an adventure, leaving things behind that no longer suit you and stepping forward into something new. And I think you're already in that process. I know you, I know kind of what you've been going through and what you've been working on, and you're in that process of leaving behind some of the old things and stepping into new adventures, and know that this card confirms that you're on the right path with that. Because the next card is you are working on receiving gifts, not just spiritual gifts, but also this could be things in the physical sense. This could be things in the spiritual sense. It could just be things in such as you're opening yourself to receive more love and more compassion and be open to accepting things that are being given and offered to you in a more open way. Also, it looks like she's drinking Aya. So I've always thought that with that card, that she was drinking Aya in that card. And as you open yourself to receiving, and like different things, it's going to bring you inspiration. And the inspiration is going to be something, I know you're a very creative person. And so that inspiration is going to be very, very, very critical to you as far as your steps moving forward. And one thing you got to do in that is make sure that you remain focused on the light, that you don't get caught up in the shadows and the darkness and all that jazz that can go on. Like, there's an understanding of, yes, shadow work needs to be done, but don't get too obsessive with it that you lose focus of the light. So this card is really calling on you to just really focus on the light. And as you do that, you just kind of naturally go against the grain anyways, but you're going to go against the grain even more as you're stepping out and you're walking on your own. You're basically marching to the beat of your own drum. And it's specifically for you, for no one else but for you. And as you walk along that path, going against that grain and not falling in with what others think or others say is going to be really important. And along that path, you're going to make some conscious connections. And those conscious connections are going to be with your deeper inner self, your higher self. You're going to make some conscious connections as far as who and what you want in life and where you're wanting to go. This can also represent making some really conscious connections with people that are in your life that are really critical to you, such as partners, friends, family, things along those lines. And, well, I don't think I even really need to tell you this. You already know this, but going beyond the normal. You're not content to stay in anything that's normal or mundane, or you look at things from a different perspective. You see things from a different light. You see them from a different point of view. And so for you, you can't stay in like this normal, physical idea of this is all there is. You look beyond. You go beyond what there is. You look and see past what is just right in front of you. You don't accept it for, just simply what people say that it should be. You look deeper into things, Shay. I like your cards. Good cards. You got any questions? Hello, everybody. My name's Josh. I'm doing spiritual Q&A, so if you have any spiritual questions you want to ask, feel free to ask. I'm also doing live oracle readings. I'm offering free 1-card pools. Yeah. I mean, we've talked about that, Shay. I think your path is about to really open up for you, and these cards just kind of confirmed it. I mean, we've kind of been talking about that since you visited last. So, that is definitely something that's going to happen, as things are going to open up. Yeah. It really is just a confirmation of the things that we were talking about. Which is all great. Hi, Michelle. How are you doing tonight? Give me just a second and I will pull a card for you. I am doing my 1-card pulls from my spellcasting deck tonight. It's my spellcasting oracle deck. It is a beautiful deck. I love the artwork on this deck so much. Just the artwork on this deck is gorgeous. But this is the deck that I do my 1-card pulls off of. So give me just a second, Michelle, and I'll get you a card. We'll see if something pops out here as I shuffle. Haven't really shuffled this deck up yet tonight, so it needs a good shuffling. And Michelle, we got friendship. So this card, friendship. Friendships are important to us. We all need friendships. We all need connections with people, with someone else. As much as some of us try to stand alone at times, we got to realize that we can't always do things on our own. And sometimes we need to reach out to our friends for support. And we also need to be that support for our friends when they're in need as well. Friendship's a very important thing. It gets us out. It gets us to socialize. It also helps challenges us. As we hang around our friends, we talk about things, we discuss our thoughts and our ideas, and they challenge us to go deeper, to go farther, to get more and more into things. And I have no idea why the lighting is so crazy in here tonight. Normally the lighting is nowhere near this bad. I think it's just the way this camera's positioned tonight. I'd moved everything around. But Michelle, it's really important. If you're not making connections with friends right now, please reach out to them. Reach out to some of your friends. Reach out to those people who are close and dear to you. Make connections on them. Check on them, see how they're doing, And if you're struggling, then, reach out to a friend and say, hey, I'm having a hard time. Can we talk? Can we maybe grab a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or hang out, whatever it is. Grab a bite to eat and just catch up and chat on some things. Like earlier tonight, I reached out to one of my friends and said, hey, you up for a chat? And we called and we chit-chatted about a few things, and talked about some stuff, and we both left the conversation feeling a lot better. I see, asking for help is something that we all need to do more, and most of us don't do it because we feel like we're a burden to the people around us when we do, and we don't want to be that burden. But sometimes you need help, and just reaching out going, hey, I really need someone to talk to. Can we get together and have a cup of coffee and chat, or invite them over for dinner and be like, hey, I'll fix something you like to eat. Come over. Let's have a conversation. Anti-dependent. Yeah. You need to get to where, don't become codependent on people. Don't become, majorly dependent on people. And I understand that. And I obviously you're not, because you're not reaching out to people, but you need to make sure you've got those connections with people and that you can reach out to people when you need it, so that you're not just trying to go through things your own without having people there to support you. Without having the people that love you and care for you there with you along this path. So, Michelle, just, if you got someone around you, if you're struggling and you need to talk to someone, reach out. And honestly, if you feel like you don't really have anyone that you can reach out to and talk about, hit me up. I'm around. I'll chat with you. I'll talk to you. We're all here to help each other. If I can help you out, I'm more than willing. But yeah, so often we don't reach out when we need to. And I've seen that, unfortunately, cost some of my friends their lives. Because they were going through some things that they just kind of kept locked down and didn't let anyone else know. They didn't reach out to anyone. They didn't communicate with anyone. No one knew they were going through these things. And it was too late by the time anyone found out. And it's just one of those things. It's like, if they had just said something, if they had just picked up the phone and said, hey, let's get a cup of tea. And then there's sometimes I kick myself in the ass going, why didn't I pick up the phone and call them and say, hey, what's going on? I know that I can't beat myself up over that. But it has made me more conscious about reaching out to my friends, staying in contact with my friends, keeping in contact with my loved ones, checking on them, seeing how they're doing. Especially this time of year with seasonal depression and stuff, and just after the holidays. Things are hard for a lot of people right now. Okay, let's get real. Things are hard, for a lot of people right now, just financially and everything else. You need a strong coach. You're going through a workout challenge. I am not the workout challenge coach. I don't know if you can tell, but I got a heck of a belly, and if you're going to do a Gordon Ramsay, I don't know, beef Wellington challenge, call me. I'm there. I need to work out more, but honestly, one of the big reasons why is I have a bunch of physical health issues with lupus and fibromyalgia that cause me severe pain. I could probably do that because there's a good chance my crazy ass is still awake at 4 a.m. I haven't went to bed yet. I just call you at 4 a.m. Michelle, get up. I'm one of those people though. It's all right, I need to be up at 5. I'm going to set an alarm for 4:30. That alarm is going off at 4:30. It's going off at 4:40, 4:45, 4:50, 4:55. Just how stern do you want me to get? Do I need to be a drill sergeant? Do I need to do I need to just call you and just blast the Robin Williams Good Morning Vietnam through the air, through the phone? We did that to kids at camp to wake them up one day. We blasted the Good Morning Vietnam, the whole little Good Morning Vietnam, this is Adrian Cronart, in this whole little speech, while playing Fortunate Son blasting behind it, and woke all the kids up. You'll forgive me once you're awake. It's okay, you can cuss me while you're waking up though. I'll take that. Hi, Micah. Or Micaiah. Did I say that right? Is it Micaiah or... Because that's actually how I think it would be. Of course, the kids, you were like 7 and 8 years old, and they got no reference to why we was blasting Fortunate Son along with, the Good Morning Vietnam stuff. It was just a fitting song to go along with it. So, on the checklist, 4 a.m. calls to Michelle. I need to know what time zone you're in, though. I'm East Coast. Where are you at? So I know which time zone to call you at. Otherwise, you're liable to get a 2 a.m. call. No one wants to get woke up at 2 a.m. if they've just fallen asleep a few hours before that. You're Central? Okay, so you're an hour behind me. Because I'm in the Eastern time zone. Trust me, it's kind of stuff that I would do. Don't put it past me. But if anyone wants to get a reading, I'm doing mini readings tonight for $7. I'm doing full readings for $13 because hey, it's Friday the 13th. So hey, figure why not run a bit of a discount on them tonight. And I'm doing free card pulls. If anyone wants a free card pull, just ask. And then my PayPal is at Breaking Reality Show, and my Cash App is # Joshua or J McGuire 77. But yeah, so anybody else got anything that they're going through right now? And like, what kind of crazy workout challenge are you doing? Are you like doing like one of those like stupidly insane intense workout challenges? Because like, as soon as I get like, I don't really own a TV. I have this little dinky thing that's like maybe this big. Like, it is not even as big as my computer monitor. My computer monitor is bigger by like yay big. And actually, when I move my studio into the other room, I'll probably be able to do it there just using my computer. But I've got the DDP yoga program. A buddy of mine got it for me. Oh shit, you're doing something with a $20,000 prize? So you definitely need someone to yell at you in the morning. Basically just someone to go scream at you going, $20,000, get up out of bed now. Sculpted vegan. You lost me at vegan. But no, a buddy of mine bought me this a couple years back, and I hadn't been able to do it because I had a hernia and everything else. So I wasn't able to get into doing the program. But I've got the whole DDP yoga set. Like, it's like all the main stuff except for like, it doesn't have the let's see what disc. It's got the extreme disc for getting into doing crazy things. There's disc 3 and 4. Disc 1 and 2 are floating around here somewhere. I think they're in the drawer because I had them pulled out. I was looking at disc 1 and 2 earlier. But I'm going to set up and start doing this. This is something I'm going to start doing. And it's something I've wanted to do because of my health issues. I have problems with doing like high impact exercises. And that is supposed to be designed for people that have like chronic pain issues and stuff like that, to be able to build up body strength, flexibility, weight loss, stuff along those lines. So I'm going to start doing that program here real soon. So we'll see how that goes for me. I need to get a yoga mat though. That way I'm not slipping and sliding around the floor. But yeah, A buddy of mine bought that for me a while back, and I was just, you need tattoo ideas? You can't find any good Medusa silhouettes? Let me look around for some good Medusa stuff for you. Yeah, like, Shay, do you know the story behind Medusa? Like, do you know, like, how some of that shit went down? I have to look it all up to get which gods and goddesses were involved in it, but basically Medusa was like forced into some shit, and then another goddess got pissed off that one of the gods forced Medusa into some shit and then cursed her for it. And, you know, that was the whole story with Medusa and her curse. I have to look into it because I think it involves like, God, hold on. Let me pull this up because now I'm really, really curious. Because I've talked about this. Greek mythology is not my strong suit. Norse mythology, Celtic mythology, even some of the Egyptian mythology and stuff. But Greek mythology is a little harder for me. Let me see if I can find it in here. Yeah. It says in a late version of the Medusa myth, by the Roman poet Ovid, Medusa was originally a beautiful maiden, but when Neptune/Poseidon had sex with her in Minerva/Athena's temple, Minerva punished Medusa by transforming her beautiful hair into horrible snakes. In most versions of the story, she was beheaded by the hero Perseus, who was sent to fetch her head by King, whatever the heck his name is. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. Because that king wanted to marry Perseus's mother. And Athena actually gave him stuff to help. That's who gave him the mirrored shield. But basically, if I remember right, like there is part of the myth where like Medusa wasn't willing with Neptune/Poseidon. And he just like, I'm going to do whatever I want. And then Minerva/Athena was all pissed off about it. And like, instead of taking out the shit on Poseidon, she took it out on Medusa and cursed Medusa instead. Like, to me, Medusa's like the victim in all this thing, to me. It's just like, you know, how they like kind of demonize Hades and the whole Hades and Persephone thing. Well, Persephone willingly ran away with Hades because she wanted to be with Hades. And not Demeter. Was it Demeter? No. God, who was Persephone's mom? Yeah, Demeter. Yeah. She was the daughter of Zeus and Demeter. I was right. Should have went with my first belief. But like Demeter claimed that like she was being taken into the underworld by Hades against her will, and she really wasn't. And like there got to be a bunch of stuff like Hecate came in on that. And was like Hecate thought Persephone was being abducted, so she was like fighting to try to save Persephone and went into the underworld, and like she was like ready to straight up challenge Hades and Cerberus and everything. But in all of it, like, I think my tea bag ripped. But like in all of it, like honestly, Hades and Persephone are like probably one of the most like stable couples of gods and goddesses in Greek mythology. Because all the others are just batshit crazy. Like total batshit crazy. But are you still there, Shay? And thank you, Michelle. And good luck on your exercises and winning that $20,000. Because that'd be cool. I'd be proud to hear that she won 20 grand off of doing some workout and exercise stuff. That'd be awesome to hear. I love hearing good news. Anybody got good news? Tell me something good. I'll pull a card for you. Tell me something real good. I'll give you a full reading. I'm now trading readings for good news. I think it's going to be a thing. I think we're going to do good news readings just like one day a week. Maybe we'll do those on Mondays. So like, you know, on a day where everyone's like, God, it's freaking Monday. Like, seriously. Be like, all right, good news Mondays. Free readings for someone who comes in and tells me something good that's going on in their life. I'm going to make that happen. We're going to start that up as soon as I get the office set up. I mean, to me, it's not so much about looking better. It's about feeling better. To me. I've never been one to get all caught up on looks. And it's funny because I'm a big guy and, you know, I've been made fun of because of my looks and stuff, because of being heavy set. And I'm 6'7". And it's funny, at one point in time, I looked at the dude and I said, you know, I said, if this was about 200 years ago and me being my size, I said, I would be king and you would be my peasant. Now shut up and go away, peasant. He just shut up and looked at me in the oddest way, and I just kind of motioned him away. Go. Be gone from me. Back in the old days, if you was big, meant you eat a lot, meant that you was well off, and you was most likely some form of royalty. Tell people don't mess with me. I'm a king. This is my king body. Just a king from like 200 years ago. I mean, come on. If any of you watched Game of Thrones, y'all saw Robert Baratheon in that first season. He was no tiny little dude. I'm built more like Robert Baratheon. Well, I did not expect that to happen. That was a weird sound effect. Oh, Jesus, you're allergic to eggs, chicken, and all dairy? Oh my God, that's like 90% of my diet. Like, you know what? I gotta admit, there is some really yummy vegan junk food. Like there's these... I can't even remember what they're called. Someone got me some a while back. They're like these different colors. They're about yay long. They look like little straws. And they're like these little like air poof veggie crisp that are like straw shaped. They're weird shaped. They remind me of like a tiny churro, if you've ever had a churro. And oh my God, those things are amazing. They come in like different colors in the bag. They're like green and yellow and orange. They're stupidly yummy. Like, I like them better than chips, but they're like stupidly expensive, so I don't get them that often. But chips are getting stupidly expensive too, so. Oh, all the baked goods you can't have because of that. You know, there are some weird, like, really weird baked goods out there that don't use eggs and stuff, or they use, like, odd substitutes. I mean, I'd look into some of that stuff. Good God, no. Like, the lighting in this house is so weird right now. I'm just realizing how dark the doorway looks right now. I think it's because I usually have the lights in the front room, and so it's like shining down the hall some, but I don't even have those on right now. Tanner's the only other one here with me, and he's all crashed out in a chair next to me, wrapped up in his blanket, sleeping. Tanner's my dog, if you guys don't know. But yeah, oh, that would suck so bad. I mean, I guess if I couldn't have chicken, I would just have to eat a lot more bacon to compensate. Go take away one yummy thing, I'm going to replace it with something else. Now, is it like eggs, chicken, and dairy like the only health issues? You know what? It would not surprise me if orbs fly through here. There is at least one spirit that flies around here quite often and bounces around. Is the son of one of my friends. And like I reached out and made contact with him a long time ago. And see, I'm a really strong empath, and it doesn't bother me to eat meat because I do it in the way of, this is the animal's life cycle. Something's going to eat it. It's the cycle, it's the circle. And as long as I am giving it proper thanks and honor and, giving me the sustenance and the energy and everything I need, I'm fine with that. So I don't have a problem eating meat. I know some people do, and that's fine. That's your own personal convictions. Don't take it as I'm trying to. If it's a young child, it would be Ashton. If it is an older male, there's a good chance it might be Dale, the father of my roommate who just passed away. I really haven't had a whole lot of activity from Dale around here, even though his ashes are sitting in the front room right now. So, but Ashton's around here all the time. Even his mother knows that, and I'll be talking to her. Something will happen. She'll be like, "What was that?" I'm like, I'm pretty sure that was just Ashton running through the house. But yeah, there's usually spirits and stuff all around here. Honestly, here's the thing. I didn't know her dad. Like, I hadn't got the chance to meet him yet. And it was one of those things that we were planning on inviting him over like this month to I was going to fix a meal for him. We was actually planning like next week. Was going to invite him over, fix a meal, have dinner, get to know each other, hang out, play cards, whatnot. And Christmas Eve, she got a call that he went into the hospital with double pneumonia. He was being admitted. And about an hour later, after she got off with him that night, he flatlined twice. And basically went into a coma and did not come out of it. And passed away on New Year's Day. So, that'd probably be Dale then. He was like 6'2". Other than that, I don't know what spirit would be. I mean, there's a bunch of them that wander in and through here all the time. This building used to be a doctor's office. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted it so bad for my house, because I knew it used to be a doctor's office. And I'm like, oh my God, it's such a cool vibe. Like, when you walk in, you can tell, like, the front room. My living room was the reception or the waiting room, and then my kitchen was the reception area. And it's really cool because my kitchen has like these counters that are like perfect for pass-through bars, and I mean it's nice. I dig it. Like I'll literally like be making stuff in the kitchen, and I'll just put plates up on the counters and be like, "All right, grab your stuff." That are all lined up like stuff, and I'll just tell people to grab a plate and just kind of go down the bar buffet style, down the counter buffet style. But there's a lot of spirit activity in and around this area, and I don't like, unless they're like a malignant spirit, I don't ward them off. I mean, as long as they're cool, I'm cool. The minute they get to be not cool, they get to understand why they need to not be cool, or why they need to be cool around me. Because I have no problems breaking out the Palo Santo and the sage and, you know, the cedar, sweetgrass. I'll lay it down. Speaking of which, let's see if I got some Palo Santo sitting in here. I might have taken it all out front already. I think I did. I currently do not see any sitting in here. I normally keep like 3 or 4 sticks of Palo Santo in the office, but like I said, I'm in the process of moving the office, so a lot of stuff's been moved around. But yeah, like I've worked with spirits. Like honestly, I've seen spirits since I was a kid. Like I've always seen spirits, so that's, you know, I don't communicate with them a lot. Like when I do, I communicate more as a death walker and helping them cross over and stuff. But like if they would just want to come and hang around and stuff and chill, enjoy the vibe and the energy and stuff, I know, you know, when I start working with a lot of things, I start doing ceremonial work. I start working with, you know, energies and frequencies and stuff, which I do a lot in the house. It draws that energy here. Like, you know, it's like a beacon. It's like a light. They're like, oh, shoot, something cool's going on over there. Let me go see that. It's like, you know, it's like being out at a carnival and like, you know, seeing the lights on the Ferris wheel and stuff. It's meant to draw attention and stuff, and it's going to draw attention. And so when they come around, I'm not like, oh, well, you can't be here. You got to go away. I just drew them all here with the stuff I'm doing. You know, as long, like I said, as long as they're not, you know, malicious in intent, they're welcome to hang out and remain in the area and stuff. And it's funny, my dog, you know, some of them will mess with my dog. Ashton will play with Tanner. I think Ashton thinks he's playing. Tanner's more annoyed. But there's sometimes where I've known Tanner's been playing with something that wasn't there, and I'm pretty sure at least you could physically see it. But I always know when Ashton's around. I have these LED lights that are right here, and if you look at my glasses, it's what the reflections are, the squares in my glasses. See, none of them scare me. Even the malicious ones don't scare me. Like, they've tried. I mean, after some of the shit I've dealt with and some of the things I've seen, there's not much that those things are going to be able to do that can scare me. I've stared down death multiple times. I'm not afraid of it. Yeah, I've knocked on death's door more than once. I'm not worried about them. But yeah, some of them will do that. Like a couple of them, there's been a couple of spirits around here kind of spooked my roommate. And it's not so much that they were intending to spook her, it's that she's not used to them yet. And so, like, she'll catch weird glimpses of stuff, and then she's like, what was that? But yeah, You got any questions, Michelle, on anything? Spirits? Anything? You get scared easy? You're just throwing water in a nature spirit and it's going moisturize me. See, there's a lot of, I mean, like, I live in an area where there was a lot of Native American battles and stuff that happened here between different tribes as well as between settlers moving west. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of spirits around here. A lot. You're welcome. Yeah, and there's a lot of nature spirits and stuff around here too. I'm really connected with those, so like I sense and feel and know those more than I do the others. But yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Or anything that you particularly want to talk about, just, pick a subject and we'll roll with it. This music is catchy. See, I work with stuff in other dimensions all the time, and that's just those don't bother me. I mean, I guess it's like I said, because I've dealt with some shit, I've seen some shit, I've stared down death, more than once. I just don't have that fear. And I do a lot of shamanic work. I work in other dimensions. I work in other realms quite a bit. I do a lot of death walking, so I work with death on a regular basis. And when you start to eliminate those trigger points that are a lot of the things that are the base factors of fear for a lot of people, it just kind of eliminates it. And then I also just know my strength and power and who I am. And when I'm dealing with different spirits, I know where my strength and power lies versus where their strength and power lies. And, you want to play this game? I guarantee I've got a bigger boss than they do. I mean, truth of it all is we all report to the same person at the end of same entity, cosmic consciousness, source, being, creator, whatever. Many facets, many aspects of it. But still, kind of one collective consciousness of universal creation, of universal energy. See, I'm not worried about this physical body. Something happens to it, I'll get another one when I reincarnate. In your noodle arms. I'm not worried about physical body. It's only temporary. I'll get another one. This isn't the first one I've had. I saw a joke one time. It said, if you ever trip and fall down, just stand back up, brush yourself off, and say, hey, it's been a while since I've inhabited a body. I need a few minutes. And just see what everyone around you says. I haven't had the opportunity to use it. Yeah, but I think each time that we do this, we start to tap into things quicker, easier, and faster each time. Like, I knew a lot of things early on that I just had no idea how I knew, but then I had all these other people trying to tell me that that wasn't the way I was supposed to think, or the way I was supposed to behave, or the way I was supposed to act, or what I was supposed to do. And to me, that's really where the memory wipe comes in, is when the people in your life start trying to, raise you to be the way they want you to be instead of raising you to be you. And I think that's a big thing a lot of us encounter. I think it's a big thing a lot of us encounter is we feel like my mom had, and God rest her soul, I love my mom. My mom passed away a couple years ago. One of the best women I have ever known in my life. One of the sweetest people I have ever met. Like, she loved everyone, would help anyone out. But Mom had this idea and this notion in her head that I was destined and ordained to be a great man of God, and that would manifest in me being a preacher or a minister of some kind. Now, I'm currently working on becoming an ordained metaphysical minister, but that's not what my mother wanted. She wanted me to be a Christian minister. And so she wanted me to hold to her morals, her beliefs, her dogma. And so she was trying to get me to be what she wanted me to be. For me, I knew my path was along those lines, but not the way she wanted it. And so when my path started to develop, she started to tell me it was wrong, started to tell me it was evil, started to tell me that it was bad, I was going to go to hell for it. And she's all well-meaning in this, because she's not saying this out of like hate or anything. She's saying it basically out of fear and not a true understanding. Which I can't 100% blame her for. I mean, some of it's her fault, but some of it I can't blame her for, because that's how she was raised. And so it gets to be a really challenging ordeal. And yes, I was really blessed to have a good mom. I really was. And I know that. But it gets to be a challenging ordeal when you're trying to get people around you to realize my path is not the path that you have picked out for me. You might have an idea of where my path lays, but I'm the only one that can choose that. I'm the only one that can walk that. I'm the only one that can do that. Nothing you say, nothing you do, nothing can change the fact that my path is mine. And if that path leads me to a place that person doesn't necessarily think it should, that's on them to deal with, not me. They've got to make decisions about that. They've got to come to terms with that. They've got to learn to understand that just because they thought I was going to be a powerful man of God, and I was going to do it by becoming a minister in this Christian church that they belong to, and I was going to be a preacher and a pastor, and I was going to stand behind the pulpit on Sunday mornings and preach. I might still stand behind the pulpit on a Sunday morning and preach, but by God, it is not going to be what 90% of the people want to hear. And honestly, that's part of the ordeal where I get ordained from. Once we get ordained, part of running our ministry is we have to do weekly services. And most people will do like an internet service like this, or they'll do like a streaming service. And so me and one of my buddies who's also going through this is we've talked about, just sitting up and doing our, Sunday mornings, one of us will preach and the other, Wednesday night, the other one will preach. That way we both get our Sunday morning services required in for the ordination and to run the ministry and to do everything legally. So, it's funny the legalities they put in and around like doing a ministry. It's like, okay, you have to do this and this and this and this legally in order to be considered a ministry. And like some of it is like you have to do a weekly church service, basically. If I want weekly church services, I walk outside. I get daily church services. I get multiple times a day church services. I walk outside and I'm in nature's cathedral. Even in the middle of town, I'm still in nature's cathedral. I really want to go to church. I'll get deep in the woods, away from everyone, away from everything, where I can't hear anything but just nature. Can't hear a car. You don't hear, anything else going on. You're just deep in nature. To me, that's going to church. Not going and sitting in some stuffy building with some guy in an expensive suit with a silk tie, sitting there trying to tell you how you should act, what you should think, how you should believe, how you should live your life. No. That's not it. It doesn't jive for me. It doesn't fit. It doesn't feel right. Yep. And source is what I normally refer to it as. I connect to source, and I don't need see, I look at Jesus as a teacher, as an ascendant master who came here to teach people. Then people took what he taught and corrupted it and made it into something else instead of actually learning from his teachings and listening to what he said. They took it and corrupted it and made it something they use for control and for power and everything else. Like, anyone who looks at the King James Bible and does not realize that at that point in time, King James had the Bible translated into English to use it as a tool to control the masses through religion. Religion was the authority at that point in time. He wanted more power. He wanted more authority. He wanted more control. Also ended up starting the Church of England. But, I mean, you got to consider anytime. See, to me, there's two different paths. There's religion and there's spirituality. Religion is all about control. Spirituality is all about freedom. Religion says you have to work within this set of rules, this set of doctrines, this set of morals, this set of everything here. Hey, thank you, Bedroom Butcher. Thank you for loving the channel, man. How are you doing? Religion says, you have to follow this and do things this way. And if you don't do them this way, you're doing it wrong and there's going to be consequences. Where spirituality says, hey, just get out there and experience things, take them in, learn the lessons that they're trying to teach you, and continue. Your spirituality is white and your religion is 9mm. That doesn't really sound like it's something that jives with this channel, but okay. I kind of follow Bob Marley. Love is my religion, man. Marley had it down with that, the man knew some stuff. Love is the highest frequency in which we can operate on. And, we need to do things out of love and not so much out of hate or control or fear or any of that kind of shit. Because none of that is good. None of that brings anything to anyone that is beneficial. But, it's just, it just is how it is, man. Like, it's simple. Religion is all about control. Spirituality is all about freedom. Get out there and experience life. Indulge in it. One of the things I try to tell people a lot of the times is, one of the biggest important lessons in life is to always look for the beauty in things. Like even in the recent tragedy that went through with my roommate's death, there was so much beauty in everything that went along with it. The death of her father, not my roommate, sorry. The passing of her father. There was moments that her and her sister, who I've become really good friends with, where their love was just so apparent and so flowing, and it was just a gorgeous, beautiful thing to see. And even some of the grieving process can be really beautiful if you step back and look at it. I always tell people, I said, I wish people could see things through my eyes, because I look at things differently. I work as a shamanic practitioner, so I see death differently. Because of my spiritual path and the things I've been through, I look at things differently. And often where a lot of people only see bad or ugly or things that aren't really great, I can often look into them and see the beauty in the situation. I can see the silver lining in those clouds where most people can't see anything but the thunderstorm. And so it's just a matter of finding those connections and reaching out to them and, just kind of making sure that you can show people that beauty along the way. If they can't see it, point it out. It might be. Like I said, his remains are in the house right now. His ashes are out front. The memorial for him is going to be on Saturday or Sunday. He passed away on the first of the year. This is actually, the room I'm in right now is actually going to end up being her room when we're moving everything around. So this is getting ready to be set up to be her room. And so, he might be checking it out for her in advance. But like right now, she's at work. I'm going to go pick her up here in about 20 minutes. So I'm probably going to call this in about another 10 minutes or so. And then get ready to go pick her up from work. So if anybody does want a reading, if you want a full reading, I'm doing them for $13 tonight. If you want a partial reading, I'm doing them for $7. Or I should say mini, not necessarily a partial. It's still a complete reading. It's just less cards. But yeah, I never did get to meet him, but I knew a lot of people who did. And funny enough, found out that his sister is married to a really good friend of mine from elementary school. And like me and that guy had remained friends throughout the years, mainly on Facebook, but I'd see him occasionally in town and stuff. And we'd always sit and chat and stuff. But come to find out, his wife is my roommate's aunt. So yeah, that was a strange connection because I was sitting in the hospital with my roommate and stuff, and she came in. No problem, Michelle. And I tell you what, Michelle, I usually do $20 for my full reads, but if you tell me you was here on the 13th for that reading, I'll hook you up with one for $13. Give you a little special deal. Just let me know you was here on that night, and I'll hook you up. And I really do think I'm gonna start doing, probably not this Monday, but here in the next probably 2 to 3 weeks. Let's maybe say like starting in February. I think I'm gonna do Good News Mondays, where you come on and you tell me some good news, and I'll give you a reading for sharing good news. I want to know something good going on in that person's life, and not just like the world. I want to know specifically something in that person's life that's going on good, and then I'll give them a reading for free. Because I think even in the midst of the worst shit and in the darkest crap, that there's always something good, that if you look, you can find something positive. Even if it's just, hey, I had a friend and they called me today to see if I was doing okay. Well, fuck yeah, that's great. That's amazing. It doesn't have to be, big and massive and crazy. But yeah, I think I'm going to start doing, is that a Monday? The 3rd's a Friday. I tell you what, hit me up on the 3rd and I'll give you a birthday reading. Just follow Breaking Reality. Because you came in through Facebook, so you had to come through my Breaking Reality page. Or you're watching it through another group that's broadcasting that Breaking Reality. Just click on that and go to the Breaking Reality and friend it, and follow over there. And you can message me through there. Because it looks like you are watching through... I have no idea where you're watching through. I posted around a couple different areas. But yeah, if you friend the Breaking Reality page, I'll get you taken care of. Hit me up on your birthday. We'll do a birthday reading for you. I got some really cool birthday spreads and stuff too. I'll do with tarot, because I don't do tarot on air because I use this tarot deck a friend gave me, and it's not a traditional tarot deck. It's called the Green Witch Tarot. And all the cards in there have like really specific like key things in them that are really important. And so when I do tarot readings, I always reference back to the book to make sure I'm not missing some of the key things that it points out in the card. Yeah, just the Breaking Reality on Facebook. Like, I wasn't sure if you came in through, I posted this in the Modern Mystic group. And I also posted it in the Modern Mystic group chat. I just wasn't sure if you was looking through that but if you're on my Breaking Reality page, just follow that page and you can message me through there. Here, give me a second. I'll actually just pull up the Breaking Reality page. Here, you can just follow me at this. If you're not already there, there you go. All right, Michelle, you take care, and I will talk to you soon. And if you don't pop in on something before the 3rd or message me before the 3rd, please get a hold of me on the 3rd and let's get together and do a birthday reading for you. Oh, I know he's around. I'll tell you what's going on with her real quick. She's working on writing her speech. Actually, he believed deeply in an afterlife. He was very, very strongly dedicated Christian. I think he's just having trouble crossing over because of his girls. Especially her. Because she's not doing well with this. But I've been trying to do everything I can to help her out along this journey. but she was a daddy's girl. She's having a hard time dealing with the loss of her father. And so it's a challenge for her. But she's in the process of writing the speech that she's going to give at the memorial on Sunday. And so those energies are really high in the house right now. So, and she's going to ask, I know she wants me to help her write the speech. She's talked about it. So I told her, write down some of your ideas and some of your thoughts and stuff, get them down on a piece of paper, and then we'll work through and we'll write something out really nice and really sweet. So, but it's okay. I mean, it's sad, but this is part of life. Yeah, she's working on it. I'm working with her on her grief. It's a lot. It's a lot to work with. Like she's struggling really hard with it right now. But like her and her sister who was here earlier, that was Shay, that was here that I done the reading for earlier. I don't know if he was here when I done the reading for Shay. Yeah, I will. I mean, I did some stuff with her with the altar, lighting the altar, and doing some memorial stuff with her and stuff. And we might do a little more of that this weekend and work through. Yeah, it's going to take time. It's going to take time. Like we are, not even 2 weeks out from the day he passed. So, a lot of people are like expecting her to like just be back to functioning. And I'm like, I'm surprised you're doing as good as you're doing. I really am surprised she's doing as good as she's doing. I've been direly concerned for her through this all. I work as a medium, but I work more as a death walker than like talking with spirits. I work more on helping them cross when the time comes. And I know I'll probably do that with him as well. Like, he's not crossing over, and he needs to. But it's because of his concern for the girls. Mainly for her. He knows the others are strong. But he's really concerned for her. I think after Sunday will be a big turning point with everything after she gets through the memorial. It's been a big focus for her. And the biggest thing is I've had to keep her from hyperfixating. She's gotten really bad about hyperfixating, and like where death walkers, we work with spirits, and we tend to be the bridge between the land of the living and the land of the dead. It's also a role shamans work in. I work as a shamanic practitioner. A lot of times when spirits are either confused or they're having trouble crossing over, they need someone who can communicate with them and talk to them and help them learn what's going on or how to cross over. Sometimes I've done things like in the events of some mass casualty events, I've helped greet spirits as they've crossed over, where I've actually crossed over myself to the other realm and stood there, basically welcoming them and helping guide them to their ancestors or whoever's going to greet them on the other side to help them out. It's not so much they hide on the other side, it's that they hide on this side and they're scared to cross over because they don't know what to expect, and they're afraid they're going to leave their loved ones and that their loved ones aren't going to be taken care of, or that they're going to be forgotten. And there's a lot of different reasons. Some of them are malicious, some of them are just nasty, ugly. But some of them are like, a friend of mine worked with two girls who died in a pretty bad crash recently, and he helped them cross over. And the main reason they didn't want to cross over is because they didn't want their family to go through the grieving process alone. They wanted to be there to grieve with their family. reach out to me, Michelle. Just friend me through there, and we can talk about this more. I've got people I can put you in contact that I've trained with. I can send you some resources as far as books and stuff I've read. A lot of my training comes straight from Spirit, though. I work directly with Spirit and a lot of things. But I do work with different mentors and teachers and other spiritual professionals and stuff. I'll reach out to other people, other peers, and be like, hey, you're specialized in this area. I'm specialized in this area. Let's swap our knowledge and training. And that's what we do. But yeah, just reach out to me, message me. I think I'm going to go ahead and call this. I'm going to get ready to go pick her up from work. Come back home, figure out something for dinner, and just kick it tonight. Got some work to do. I'm going to be tearing all this down and transferring it to another room. Is what I'm going to be doing. So it's about to be a fun night, folks. But I want to say thank you to everyone who came out tonight. Thank you for stopping by. And like I said, friend the page, pay attention. I'll be probably back around in a couple weeks doing more lives. But if you need anything, you can always message me through the page between now and then. So Michelle, if you want to message me like either tonight or later this week or this weekend, I'll be around. Hit me up. I'll get you some resources. We can talk about stuff if you want. So, but I will be around. I want to say thank you to everyone coming out. And we will see y'all later. Take care, be blessed, and be safe.